Hey guys, how you doing? I want to talk today about a topic that might seem maybe a little bit harder to grasp, um, but pay attention and see if you can detect or have already detected something like this in yourself. I want to basically talk about two different parts. In myself, I've detected it, and many people have sort of reported similar things. Um, there's a part in us that is kind of the conscious, linear, logical, controlling kind of part that is sort of looking to, arrange things. And there's a part of us that is kind of maybe less conscious. It's a little bit deeper. It's a little bit more intuitive. It integrates things more rather than take them apart and in detail. And the answers that it arrives at kind of well up to us from kind of below. That is what it's like to experience that part consciously. And I think in myself for sure, and in many people who are dealing with these issues that we discuss here, the first part, the conscious, logical, controlling part dominates. And there's a huge imbalance. Now I think we need both these parts. They're both important, but in myself and in many of you, this part dominates. The part that's logical, that's controlling. It's like you're always, and this is a cause of great anxiety and great pressure, like all these perfectionistic tendencies, all this time that we spend sort of questioning ourselves and did I do that right? Did I do this right? Is this okay? Is this kind of anxious part? I think it comes from like one way to look at it is like it's this excess of this part that is, trying to get everything right and arrange everything consciously. And I think, would do much better if we could learn bit by bit, and this is difficult, to learn a bit more from that other part, from that more intuitive, sort of deeper part. And that involves letting go of the control a bit and letting go of arranging things neatly. One word I heard to express this idea was from a lady on YouTube who was also dealing with CFS. She used the phrase relaxed effortlessness. And I think that's a good phrase. I think it kind of conveys the exact idea that I want to convey. Relaxed effortlessness is like allowing sort of your natural desires and goals and to kind of just bubble up and act on that wave rather than being driven and sort of engaging from this first part the controlling, logical, arranging type part that I described. So I could be, for example, doing the same activity. Let's say, my professional activity is software, computer programming, developing software, or anything. It could be anything, exercising, even hanging out with friends. I could be doing it from this driven part, right? Or it could be coming, the motivation, the energy for it, the impulse for it could be coming from this other part, from sort of deeper, the intuitive part, that where you're just being, you're just being lived. And now I know this might sound like a little bit nebulous, so I'm sort of trying to convey this idea as clearly as I can, reflecting on my own experience and just what I read from other people. But I think some of you who have noticed something like this in yourself will definitely be able to relate. Let me know in the comments, when you watch this video, can you relate? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Do you have anything to share? So that's basically the idea I want to convey, is that part of my journey here has been learning to let go of that first part, the controlling part, the logical, super arranging part, and learning to just let go of that a bit and just allow the more intuitive part, the deeper part to just bubble up, because you got to make room for it. If you're always like, here, come on, there is no room. You got to like let go and create a vacuum so this other part can come in, and when you're living on that energy that's coming from that intuitive deeper part, you are really living a more relaxed, more comfortable, more pleasant life. That's been my experience. It's so much better, you know, but it's so hard to do when your mind and your brain works a certain way, to let go of all that and allow more and more of that part to come up. So, you know, I've discussed my journey in different ways, offered different tips and techniques and ideas. This is yet another way that I can characterize my journey. It's been about letting go of that first part and allowing the second part to come into the picture. Now, of course, there are people in this world who are all like the second part. You know, they're very sort of spur of the moment, happy-go-lucky, everything. You know, they don't think about anything. They have no plans, and I don't think that's great. Also, they might be happier than us. I don't know, but I don't think that's really what I would want for myself. But a balance is nice, you know. And I think I'm always going to be weighed in the direction of the first part. But the more that I can allow this other part to come into the picture, I think will serve me and probably will serve you if you can relate to what I'm saying here now. And it's a hard process, you know, because the way we are is kind of, it feels automatic and sort of immutable, but actually with practice, bit by bit, we can change it. So I hope that made some kind of sense for you. If you want clarification, ask in the comments. If you want to share your experience, share in the comments, please. If it makes sense, let me know if it makes sense. And like, subscribe, etc. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.